Dear students, question number 11 is factorize 27x cube plus y cube plus z cube minus 9xyz. So let us look over this. This is having three cubes added together, and the product of these three terms is being subtracted. This reminds us of the identity x cube plus y cube plus z cube minus 3xyz was given as x plus y plus z multiplied with x square plus y square plus z square minus xy minus yz minus zx. This was our eighth identity. If we match it with the given question, what we find is x cube, instead of that we have 3x cube. 3x cube is 27x cube plus y cube is as such, z cube is as such, minus 3 multiplied 3x multiplied y multiplied z. That's 9xyz. That's our question. So this question is of the form of this identity. We'll put the values of x, y and z in the right hand side. Instead of x we have 3x, y and z are as such. Instead of x square, 3x square, that is 9x square plus y square plus z square minus xy means 3x into y, 3xy, yz means y multiplied z, and zx means minus 3zx, minus 3zx. So this gives us the factorization answer for this question number 11. Question number 12, dear students, is you are given to verify that x cube plus y cube plus z cube minus 3xyz is equals half of x plus y plus z, that is our term in the identity, multiplied with x minus y whole square plus y minus z whole square plus z minus x whole square. That means if we show that the right hand side half of x plus y plus z multiplied with x minus y whole square plus y minus z whole square plus z minus x whole square is equals x plus y plus z multiplied with x square plus y square plus z square minus xy minus yz minus zx. If we are able to show this, then this right hand side is actually our identity. So let us try to show this, prove this equal to the right hand side of the identity. What we'll do, we'll first operate these whole squares and we shift this half in multiplication over here. What we have, x plus y plus z multiplied half square of x minus y whole square, x square minus 2xy plus y square, y minus z whole square, y square minus twice yz plus z square, square of z minus x whole square is z square minus twice xz plus x square. What we are seeing over here is we have x square 2 times over here. Let us write it 2 times. We have twice x square. What we are seeing is we have y square 2 times. I am putting separate marks on the like terms so you can identify them. Plus twice y square. It is not a cross, it is a symbol. Okay, we can put this as single dots. These are like terms. Then we have z square 2 times. They are like terms. Plus twice z square. We are adding these like terms. What else is there? Minus 2xy, minus 2yz, minus 2zx. Minus twice xy, minus twice yz, minus twice zx. Can we take 2 common out from these? 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. All the terms are multiplied with 2. We can take this common out. So what we get is x plus y plus z multiplied with half. 2 is taken common out. What is left in the bracket is x square plus y square plus z square minus xy minus yz minus zx. We are going to cancel this 2. What we are left with is the right hand side of the identity. So this is verified. Hence we can say, hence it is verified. So dear students, we can memorize one more form of this particular identity which is also easy to remember. In question number 13, students, what we are given is if x plus y plus z is 0, that means there are 3 terms x, y and z, so that their sum is 0. Then we have to show that x cube plus y cube plus z cube is equals 3xyz. These 4 terms tells us the identity that we have to use. The identity is, what is the identity? The identity number 8, x cube plus y cube plus z cube minus 3xyz. This is equivalent to x plus y plus z multiplied with x square plus y square plus z square minus xy minus yz minus zx. That's our identity. Now what we are given? We are given x plus y plus z is 0. Where is this x plus y plus z? This bracket. So let us put the value. Let us put value of x plus y plus z equals 0 in identity. If we are putting the value in the identity, what we have is, we have x cube plus y cube plus z cube minus 3xyz equals 0 multiplied x square plus y square plus z square minus xy minus yz minus zx. Now 0 multiplied with anything is 0. That means we have x cube plus y cube plus z cube minus 3xyz is 0. We can transfer this 3xyz to the other side. We have x cube plus y cube plus z cube equals 3xyz. This particular results actually tells us that if any 3 numbers, any 3 terms are such that their sums taken individually is 0, then we can save ourselves from finding their cubes and adding. For finding the sum of their individual cubes, we can simply multiply them together and then multiply it by the result with 3. This will be clear from question number 14, which is applying the same concept. As I told you, in question number 14, we have to apply the concept, the special result we have brought in question number 13. Here if we compare the given part, that we have to find the value of these cube sum. Are they of the form x cube plus y cube plus z cube? We have to find this value. What is there in place of x? X is minus 12. What is y? Y is 7. What is z? Z is 5. If we find their sum, what we find is minus 12 plus 7 plus 5 is 0. That means we have to use the result. If x plus y plus z is 0, then x cube plus y cube plus z cube is 3xyz. We have derived it. That means we can say minus 12 cube plus 7 cube plus 5 cube should be 3 multiplied minus 12 multiplied 7 multiplied 5. Please take care. We have to take x, y and z with their proper sign. We have to take them with their proper sign. Can we multiply them? 12 5 hours 60. 60 into 21 will give you 1260. What will be the sign? Sign should be negative because there is only one negative part. So that will be the answer of this particular part. In the second part of this, dear students, we are given 28 cube plus negative 15 cube plus negative 13 cube. Here if we see 28 plus negative 15 plus negative 13 is 0. So we will apply the same formula if x plus y plus z is 0. What is x? X is 28. What is y? Negative 15. What is z? Negative 13. Their sum is 0. Then what is the result? The result is x cube plus y cube plus z cube is 3xyz. Put the values. What is x? 28 cube. What is y? Negative 15 cube. What is z? Negative 13 cube. That should give us 3 multiplied 28 multiplied minus 15 multiplied minus 13. This multiplication will give us the answer. Let us multiply it. We can multiply 2 at a time. 28 3 hours. We know it is 80. Okay. How much is 15 into 13? 150 plus 45. That's 195. Multiply them. Will it be positive? Yeah, it is positive. This will also be positive and we have to multiply. Let us multiply 4 5 is 20, 2, 36, 8, 3, 4 1 is 4 and 3, 7, 8 5 is 40, carry 4, 8 9 is 72, carry 4, 76, 7, 8 1 is 8 and 7, 50. Remove the carry outs. This should be 0, 8, 3, 6, 1. So it should give us 16380. That should be the answer for this particular part. We have simply applied the identity x cube plus y cube plus z cube is 3xyz with the condition when x plus y plus z is 0. Dear students, question number 15. What it says is, give possible expressions for the length and breadth of each of the following rectangles in which their areas are given. In the first part, we are given this area, and as we know, this area should be length multiplied breadth. There is a formula for the area of a rectangle. We have to factorize the given expression to find one expression for length and the other for breadth. Now here what we have in this particular part, I will take this opportunity to tell you one more method of splitting the middle term for finding out a proper splitting. The product that we require over here, I will write it over here. The product we have is 25 multiplied 12, that is 300. Since this last term is positive, the first term is also positive, we need 35 as sum of two numbers whose multiplication is 300. So sum required is 35. What we do? We find out all the factors of 300, all the possible pairs where we can get 300. It is 2 multiplied 150, 3 multiplied 100, 4 multiplied 75, 5 multiplied 60. Since the numbers are very big, right? What I do, I take up directly 10, 10 multiplied 30, still the sum is 40. Here what I say, the sum is 152, 103, 79, 65. 10 we are taking, then it becomes 40. That means the number should be little more than 10. After that, we have another number, that is 15 multiplied 20 is 300. And yes, their sum is 35. So that way, if you are able to list out all the possible pairs with which you are getting product, out of those pairs you are able to find a pair which gives us the required sum. So what we take 35 as 15 plus 20. So what we are taking is 25a square minus 15 plus 20a plus 12. What we get is 25a square minus 15a minus 20a plus 12. Take common out, 5a will be there. We get 5a minus 3. 4 common. Minus 4 common. We have 5a plus minus. We are taking minus sign common. This positive will change. What we will get is 5a minus 3 multiplied with 5a minus 4. Right? Out of these, one will be length, the other will be breadth. So we can say if length is 5a minus 3, then breadth is 5a minus 4. If length is 5a minus 4, then breadth should be 5a minus 3. So that way we are able to find two expressions, one each for length and breadth. Again students, in second part of this, we have given area as 35y square plus 13y minus 12. Let us see what is our product requirement. That is 35 multiplied minus 12. 12 5 are 60. 36 and 6, 42. We have negative 420 as the product requirement. Because last part is negative, the constant term is negative, we need difference as 30. We need difference as 30. Right? Let us see what I will do. I will use the same pattern. I will start with 10. 10 multiplied 42 is 420. It is not divisible by 11. It is divisible by 12. 12 3 is 36. 12 5 is 60. Is it divisible by 13? No. Is it divisible by 14? Yes. 14 multiplied. 14 3 is 42. So it is 30. The difference is 16 still. We have to take one more. Let us try it with 15. 15 to us 30. 12 remaining. 15 8 us 120. And 28 minus 15 is 30. Right? So let us take this as 35y square plus 28y minus 15y. That is 35 minus 12. We will be able to factorize it. Take common. What will be there common? 7y. What will be remaining? 5y plus 4. 3 common out? No. Negative 3 common out. That means sign will change. 5y plus 4. Same brackets. So what we are getting is 5y plus 4 multiplied with 7y minus 3. So we can say if length is 5y plus 4, then breadth is 7y minus 3. If length is 7y minus 3. Then breadth is 5y plus 4. Nevertheless, one of them is length and the other is breadth. Similarly, students, in the last question of this exercise, 16th, we are given the volume 3x square minus 12x and we are asked what are the possible expressions for the dimensions of the cuboids. In cuboids, we have to find length, breadth and height. That means we have to factorize it into 3 factors. First thing that we see is 3 and x. Both are common in this. We take out 3 and x. What we are left with is x minus 4. Can we factorize it further? No. So what we have is length we can say is 3. Breadth we can say is x. And height we can say is x minus 4. Or either way, length can be x, breadth can be x minus 4, or height can be 3. Length can also be x minus 4, breadth can also be 3, and height can be x. So this way, all the 3 terms may be one of length, breadth or height. But these are the only 3 possible expressions for length, breadth and height. In the next part, that is second part of this question, the volume is given as 12k y square plus 8k y minus 20k. What we are saying is, first of all, k is common in all of these. Second thing, 4 is also common. We can take 4k common. What we are left with is 3y square plus twice y minus 1. Now we see that 5 minus 3 is 2. Since third constant term is negative, so we have to split the middle term as difference. It's 15 and the difference is 2. So we'll use 5 and 3. So it will be 4k multiplied 3y square plus 5y minus 3y, that's 2y, and then multiplication is minus 15y square minus 1. Take common out, 4k, we have y only common, we get 3y plus 5. We have 1 only common, negative 1, so we get 3y plus 5. The factors come out to be 4k multiplied with y minus 1 multiplied with 3y plus 5. So we can again make a pair. It can be length, breadth, height. It can be length, breadth and height, and it can be length, breadth and height. So these are the 3 possible expressions for the length, breadth and height. With this, students, we come to the end of exercise 2.5. I will be giving you some additional extra questions which the patterns are not included in NCERT book, but sometimes we do get questions related to that pattern in our exams, right? I hope you enjoy watching this video. Thank you.